SMS marketing, if you're not doing it now, you should be doing it. It is the highest ROI driver in the market at the moment.
In terms of personalising, it's critical.
Different people like to get communication in different ways. We know off the stats that people pick up and will act on an SMS much quicker than they would on an email because of the immediacy of it.
It adds urgency and it adds personality to your brand. It also means that when we're scrolling through our phones first thing in the morning or last thing at night, we're still the top of mind.
But SMS was always in some ways a dirty word because of the cost associated to it. It's much more expensive than sending an email, so you have to be much more targeted with the way that you engage the consumer and the way that you use it. If you look at the core metrics though, SMS has a 4 to 5 times higher open rate than email. It's got a 2 to 3 times higher conversion rate than email. So if used correctly, the return out of SMS can be quite pronounced and prominent. I do think the Australian market still has an element of batch and blast with their SMS, and I don't think that's the right approach, particularly given the cost associated with it. And you're just going to annoy your customers, particularly if you're on their phones and they're on their couch and you're SMSing them at the wrong time. And growth gurus are quite good with that. They do understand the multi-channel approach and they can help you along that journey.
Make it personal, make it feel like it's a friend talking just to them.
SMS is a really personalised channel, so think of it as a channel that needs to be time-bound but mapped with urgency. So think of things like sales, promotions or a discount code. SMS is really useful when you're nurturing your extremely loyal customers.
People think when they think SMS, they think it's really spammy, and I hands down agree. So if it's not done correctly, then that's the issue, right? You pretty much have one opportunity to SMS someone through that channel. So making sure that you actually have their permission, so that you're subscribing them correctly, that you're actually asking for that consent is really, really key.
Some of the platforms that we use, such as Klaviyo and Yotpo, mean that we can put together the text message and we can see a preview of what that's going to look like for a customer on their phone, which means that we can see if it's going to be too long, if it's going to be too wordy, or if it's going to be just right.
And then actually understanding that SMS is a beast. Understanding your strategy behind it, like again, making sure that you're making it personalized, that you're using a name, that you're addressing them if they're a VIP customer. I know LSKD, they use SMS to send review requests. 40% of that comes from their actual inbound rate comes from SMS. So that's a channel for them. So just figuring out what channels work for a brand.
Having SMS and email together on a singular platform is extremely important. It's a left hand and a right hand situation. If somebody gets one message via email, it's going to be a waste to send them the exact same message via an SMS. But if they've got a message via email and you've seen that they haven't opened it, it might be worthwhile trying to send them an SMS. The only way you can really know that or be able to achieve that is by having both the email and the SMS in the same platform.
Email and SMS, when used in tandem together, has a 66 times ROI, so it's really important that you look at them as a consolidated channel used in tandem together.
So you'll have a bunch of consumers in your database that like opening their email. You'll have a bunch that never look at their email, or they'll give a junk email address to a brand because they don't want to be communicated, but they'll open your SMS. So I think if you tie those two channels together on the customer automation journey, then you really actually engage with most of your customers at the right time.
It's forever evolving SMS, and it is complex. And I think if you have the right team in place to support you, then it can be a really, really successful channel for you.